The abundance you seek is not what you think. Only 5% know the true secret. This truth is the spark that separates the many who long for prosperity from the few who actually walk in its fullness. Imagine standing outside a hidden treasure chest. The lid locked tight inside lies the wealth you crave, but the key is known only to a select few. Are you ready to step into that sacred circle, to claim the knowledge that transforms want into plenty, lack into overflowing supply? This secret is not a trick or fleeting trend. It is a divine technique revealed through the timeless wisdom of Florence Scovel Shinn, a method so powerful it has remained hidden to most. Feel the urgency, the clock is ticking, the window of opportunity is open, and your next step could change everything. This is a call not for the casual or the doubtful, but for the seeker willing to claim their rightful inheritance. As we embark on this journey together, you will discover why so many fail to manifest their abundance and how you can join the rare 5% who unlock the spiritual laws of wealth and live in effortless prosperity. This treasure awaits you. The law is ready to obey your word. Your destiny is in your hands. Before you claim this technique, you must first understand the law that makes it unstoppable, the sacred foundation upon which your fortune will be built. At the heart of all true manifestation lies a hidden law, a law so profound, so subtle, that only a few perceive its presence, and fewer still know how to apply it with mastery. Florence Scovel Shinn revealed this sacred principle to be the law of non-resistance, the art of aligning oneself so perfectly with the divine current that one flows effortlessly into abundance without struggle, without force, without opposition. This law declares that abundance is not wrested from the world by effort or will, but drawn to those who move with the invisible tides of grace and expectancy. The sacred scriptures echo this truth. Seek, and ye shall find. Knock, and it shall be opened unto you. The seeking is not frantic grasping, but the steady, confident attunement to divine law. The knocking is the deliberate declaration that calls forth opportunity and provision. Imagine a treasure buried beneath layers of earth and stone, its brilliance hidden from the casual passerby. To uncover this treasure, one must know not only where to dig, but how to read the signs, how to listen to the whispers of intuition, how to work in harmony with the soil rather than against it. So too, with abundance, it is buried beneath layers of false belief and resistance, waiting only for those prepared to align with the law of non-resistance and draw it forth. This law is a call to surrender the battle against circumstance, to release the futile struggle of trying to force outcomes, and instead to cultivate the calm, steady expectancy that abundance is your natural state. When you move with the current rather than against it, you unlock the hidden door that opens to the richest supply. This is the secret of the 5%. They do not fight for wealth, they flow into it. They understand that resistance blocks the channels of blessing, while surrender and faith prepare the vessel for overflow. As we continue, you will learn to embody this law, to dissolve resistance, and to walk gracefully into the fullness of your divine abundance. Though the law of non-resistance flows freely through the universe, 95% of people remain unaware or unable to harness its power because they are entangled in the web of illusions and false beliefs that cloud their vision and obstruct the channels of abundance. These illusions take many forms. The belief that wealth must be earned through struggle, the notion that life is a battlefield where one must fight and claw for every gain, and the deep-rooted fears of unworthiness, lack, and limitation. Such beliefs create mental resistance that acts as a dam, blocking the natural flow of prosperity and keeping the vast reservoir of divine supply out of reach. Philosophically, this resistance manifests as the subconscious mind's programming, a complex network of inherited and learned patterns that govern your automatic reactions and shape your expectations. The subconscious mind, operating beneath the level of conscious awareness, holds the keys to your manifestation. But if it is imprinted with scarcity, failure, or fear, it will continue to attract those very conditions, regardless of your conscious desires. Breaking free from this prison requires deep inner work, a conscious willingness to uproot these limiting beliefs and replace them with truths grounded in spiritual law. Emotionally, this process can feel slow and daunting, as old fears rise to the surface like ghosts demanding recognition. Yet it is through this reckoning that transformation occurs, for awareness is the first step toward liberation. The 5% who succeed are those who have braved this inner confrontation and chosen to rewrite their subconscious programming, aligning their entire being with the unshakable truth of abundance. In this moment, as you listen and prepare to embrace this sacred technique, know that you stand on the threshold of this profound shift, a shift from resistance to flow, from limitation to limitless supply, from confusion to clarity. The path is not easy, but it is certain, and the rewards are beyond measure. True abundance is not merely the fulfillment of personal desire, it is the harmonious alignment of your will with the greater divine purpose and timing. This sacred alignment is the secret many overlook, for while yearning for riches is natural, to manifest them without attuning to the flow of divine will is to attempt to move a mountain by pushing against the tide. Florence Scovel Shinn teaches us that prosperity is a dance, not a battle, between human aspiration and the perfect intelligence that governs all life. To walk in this dance is to synchronize your heart's longing with the cosmic rhythm, allowing the divine to orchestrate your increase with wisdom, grace, and impeccable timing. Consider the biblical metaphor of the sower who scatters seed across varied soils, some shallow, some rocky, some fertile. The harvest depends not merely on the seed, but on the soil's readiness to receive and nurture it. Your spirit and mind are that soil, and your role is to cultivate openness and alignment, preparing yourself to receive when the time is right. This requires surrender, not defeat, but trust in the unseen mechanisms of providence that arrange circumstances and opportunities beyond human understanding. Just as a farmer does not command the rain, but waits in faith for its arrival, so must you cultivate expectancy, knowing that your readiness invites the perfect conditions to bring forth your good. Metaphorically, imagine tuning a delicate instrument to the cosmic frequency of abundance. When perfectly tuned, the smallest touch unleashes a harmonious note. When out of tune, even the most vigorous strum produces only discord. Aligning with divine will is this tuning process a conscious adjustment of your thoughts, emotions, and actions until they resonate with the vibration of infinite supply. It is a continuous practice of refining your focus, releasing resistance, and embracing the greater intelligence that governs all manifestation. Through this alignment, you become a living channel for the flow of blessings, and your 4 sacred words take on a power that no human effort alone could produce. Now that the foundations have been laid, and the sacred laws unveiled in their radiant clarity, you stand at the threshold of revelation, the point where knowledge turns to power, where understanding blossoms into transformation. The secret technique, held by the 5%, the knowledge so few possess, is not merely a concept but a living, the breathing practice that has the power to rewrite your destiny and unleash a torrent of abundance that flows freely into every corner of your life. This technique is the culmination of spiritual laws, sacred alignment, and divine timing, all converging in a harmonious act of manifestation that is as reliable as the rising sun. But before you are given this key, feel the weight of anticipation settle over you like a cloak, the tension of the unknown stirring within your spirit. This moment is a sacred pause, a divine hush, before the thunderous decree that will open your life to new possibilities beyond your current imagination. The technique you are about to receive is the missing link that has held back so many from stepping fully into their wealth, a practical yet profoundly spiritual method that transcends ordinary effort and taps directly into the unlimited reservoir of divine supply. Prepare yourself now, beloved, to receive not just words but a sacred charge, an invitation to join the 5%, to move beyond scarcity and struggle, and to live in the joyful overflow of your divine inheritance. The promise of this teaching is the promise of transformation, a transformation that will not only bring material riches but expand your consciousness, deepen your faith, and align you with the highest purpose of abundance. When you are ready, the gates will open, and your journey into limitless prosperity will begin anew. As you prepare to step fully into the sacred abundance technique, it is imperative to cleanse and ready your mind and heart, the fertile ground where seeds of prosperity take root and flourish. This preparation is a solemn act of release and openness, a conscious dismantling of all resistance, doubt, and limiting beliefs that have shadowed your spirit and held you captive in cycles of lack. Speak aloud now with conviction. I open my heart to receive abundance. Feel these words ripple through every fiber of your being, washing away the residue of fear and scarcity, and making space for the infinite flow of divine blessings to enter freely and unimpeded. This preparation is not a fleeting moment, but a deliberate practice of daily renewal, a sacred ritual of cleansing your inner landscape so that your declarations are not weakened by hidden doubts or conflicting energies. The mind, often cluttered with worries, fears, and old stories of limitation, must be reprogrammed to expect and embrace the new reality of abundance. The heart, the seat of your spiritual connection, must be purified through gratitude, surrender, and joyful expectancy. When your mind and heart are aligned and open, you become a magnetic force, drawing to yourself the riches ordained for your life. Feel the power of this alignment as a radiant light rising within you, illuminating the path ahead and dissolving all shadows of scarcity. This moment of preparation is the cornerstone of your manifestation journey, the sacred foundation upon which all else is built. As you move forward, return often to this practice, reaffirming your openness and readiness to receive, for the law honors the prepared vessel and the faithful heart. You stand now ready to embrace the abundance that awaits, stepping forward with courage, clarity, and the full power of divine alignment. One of the most profound and often overlooked keys to unlocking your divine abundance is the practice of non-resistance, a sacred art of flowing with the currents of life, rather than struggling against them, of opening your hands to receive, rather than clenching in fear or control. Florence Scovel Shinn taught that resistance is the greatest barrier to manifestation, for it erects walls where doors should be open and creates friction where flow is meant to be seamless. To practice non-resistance is to embody the spirit of water, soft, yielding, yet unstoppable in its path, gently carving through rock, finding every crevice, and making its way to the sea with persistent grace. Imagine yourself as this flowing water, moving effortlessly around obstacles, not fighting them, but embracing the path of least resistance. When you meet difficulty or delay, do not stiffen or recoil in fear. Instead, breathe deeply, release your grip, and allow the law to work through the stillness of your faith. Resistance arises from the mind's desire to control outcomes, to dictate timing, and to insist on particular forms. Non-resistance, on the other hand, is the surrender to divine order, the trust that what is meant for you will come in perfect measure and perfect time. It is a conscious choice to let go of struggle and invite grace. Practicing non-resistance requires vigilance and repetition, for old habits of control and doubt are deeply ingrained. Begin each day with this affirmation: I flow with the divine currents of abundance. I release all resistance and welcome all good. Let this be a mantra that anchors you in peace and alignment. In moments of tension, pause and visualize water flowing freely around every rock and barrier, carrying you toward your destined prosperity. This practice does not weaken you, it empowers you, opening the channels of supply wide and allowing the infinite stream of blessings to pour in without hindrance. When you embrace non-resistance, you join the sacred 5%, those who manifest effortlessly, joyfully, and fully in harmony with divine law. To fully awaken the power of the sacred abundance technique, you must cultivate the living sensation of expectancy, that vibrant feeling of already having, of the ripe fruit ready to be picked from the tree of your desires. Expectancy is the fertile soil from which manifestation springs. It is the magnetic field that draws your goods swiftly and surely into your experience. Without expectancy, words are like seeds scattered on barren ground, falling short of their destiny. But when expectancy saturates your heart and mind, it becomes the living water that nourishes your declarations, transforming them into unstoppable forces of creation. Imagine the moment just before a ripe fruit is plucked from a tree. The fruit hangs heavy, glistening in the sun, its sweetness assured, though not yet tasted. The tree stands strong, the branches steady, and the picker reaches out with confidence, knowing that the fruit will yield to their grasp. This is the energy you must embody, the assuredness that your desire is not a distant dream, but a present reality, waiting only for your acceptance to manifest fully. Feel the texture of this expectancy as a tangible presence within you, a glowing ember that fuels your faith and quickens the pace of your manifestation. Living in expectancy requires a conscious shift of perception. You must see your desire not as something to get, but as something already accomplished, as a natural extension of your being. This shift changes the vibrational landscape of your consciousness, aligning it with the abundance you seek and opening channels that have long been closed. When expectancy becomes your default state, you move through life with a lightness and joy that draws blessings effortlessly. This is the secret held by the 5%. They live as though their good has already arrived, and in so doing, they compel the universe to reflect that reality back to them with miraculous speed. To anchor the profound truths you have embraced, and to weave the sacred abundance technique into the fabric of your daily life, it is essential to establish a consistent and deliberate practice of alignment, a ritual that keeps your consciousness tuned to the frequency of divine prosperity and your heart open to receive the endless flow of blessings. This daily practice is the bridge between knowing and becoming, between theory and manifestation, and it is the secret pathway walked by the 5% who live effortlessly in abundance. Begin each day with a sacred moment of stillness and intention. Before the demands of the world pull at your attention, take a deep breath and center yourself in the awareness of your divine connection. Speak aloud your 4 sacred words with full presence and power, allowing them to resonate through every cell of your being. Then, engage in a vivid visualization. See yourself moving through your day as one who already possesses the wealth, joy, and freedom you desire. Feel the emotions of gratitude, triumph, and peace, as though your manifestation is already complete. This morning ritual sets the tone for your entire day, aligning your vibration with the law of abundance and opening channels for your good to flow freely. Throughout the day, return often to your affirmations and visualizations. Use them as anchors to ground you when distractions arise and as beacons to guide your thoughts back to the reality you are creating. Let your words and feelings be deliberate, filled with expectancy and joy. In the evening, before rest, close your day with a reaffirmation of your abundance, a prayer of gratitude for the blessings received, and a peaceful surrender to divine timing. This cyclical practice, morning, day, and night, creates a powerful energetic momentum that no obstacle can withstand, a steady current that carries your desires from seed to harvest. Interactive prompt. Now, take a moment to speak your 4 sacred words aloud. Feel the power in them, and visualize your abundant day unfolding with grace and ease. Know that this daily commitment is the foundation of your transformation, the ritual that seals your place among the 5%, and the key that unlocks the treasures of your divine inheritance. One of the most profound shifts required on the path to true abundance is the awakening to the reality that the world as perceived by the senses is a veil of false appearances, a mirage that often contradicts the deeper truth of your divine inheritance. The mind, conditioned by years of lack and limitation, is quick to accept the evidence of scarcity, the empty bank accounts, the unpaid bills, the perceived not enough as absolute fact. Yet this surface reality is but a temporary shadow cast by the illusions of the material plane. To manifest the fullness of your good, you must cultivate the spiritual sight to see beyond these false appearances and hold fast to the invisible realities of abundance that lie beneath. Imagine the dawn breaking over a foggy valley. To the eyes still veiled by mist, the landscape appears bleak and uncertain. But as the sun climbs higher, the fog lifts, revealing the rich earth, the blooming flowers, and the vibrant life that was always there, hidden from view. So it is, with your journey, the fog of lack may cloud your perception, but the light of spiritual truth illuminates the abundant field that awaits your harvest. This recognition is a conscious choice, a daily discipline of refusing to be swayed by the shadows and instead anchoring your faith in the eternal light of provision. This mental reprogramming involves a steadfast commitment to challenge every thought and belief that contradicts your abundance. It is the deliberate rejection of the false narratives that keep you small and the embracing of new truths that empower you to live fully in your divine wealth. By training your mind to see through the fog and to focus unwaveringly on the clear skies of plenty, you create a powerful energetic shift that realigns your subconscious with the law of abundance. This shift is not instantaneous but grows stronger with each conscious effort, each repeated affirmation, and each act of faith. As you progress, you will find the fog lifting more swiftly and your path brightening with the unmistakable glow of manifested blessings. Fear and doubt are the twin shadows that cast their darkness over the fertile fields of your manifestation, threatening to choke the life from the seeds of your spoken word before they have a chance to grow. These emotions, though powerful in their grip, are but illusions born from the mind's misunderstanding of divine law and the nature of abundance. To replace fear and doubt with truth is to ignite a sacred flame that consumes these shadows, illuminating the path toward your destined prosperity with unwavering clarity and radiant power. This replacement is not a passive wish, but an active spiritual practice, a deliberate and repeated declaration of your faith and your right to receive. Begin now by speaking aloud with conviction the affirmations that will shatter the walls of fear and doubt. I release all fear and embrace divine abundance. I am safe, secure, and supplied beyond measure. My faith is stronger than any doubt, and my joy is greater than any fear. Feel these words vibrate through your entire being, saturating your cells with light and dissolving the dark patterns that once held you captive. Know that fear is but a mirage, a trick of the mind, and that your true nature is radiant with confidence, courage, and divine favor. This practice of rapid-fire affirmations creates an energetic tsunami that sweeps away limiting beliefs and replaces them with truths aligned to the highest good. As you repeat these declarations daily, you rewire your subconscious, transforming it from a landscape of scarcity to a kingdom of plenty. Interactive prompt. Pause now and say aloud, I release all fear and embrace divine abundance, letting your voice carry the power of your faith and the certainty of your victory. This is the sacred turning point where you reclaim your birthright and command the law to obey your word without hesitation or delay. To truly manifest the abundant life destined for you, it is essential to step fully into your spiritual authority, to claim the throne as co-creator with the divine, and to wield your word as a sovereign wields a scepter. This authority is not given lightly. It is a sacred mantle bestowed upon those who recognize their unity with the infinite source and understand their role as active participants in the unfolding of creation. When you claim this authority, you are no longer a passive recipient of fate, but a powerful architect shaping your reality with intention, faith, and divine partnership. Visualize yourself seated upon a magnificent throne, a symbol not of ego but of spiritual mastery and divine empowerment. From this exalted position, you survey the vast kingdom of your life, every circumstance, every opportunity, every blessing, all under your conscious command. This throne is the place of perfect alignment, where your desires harmonize with divine will, and your spoken word becomes the law that governs your world. To sit here is to know that you have dominion over all things, not through force, but through the immutable power of spiritual law. Embodying this spiritual authority means living and speaking with the confidence that your word is backed by the infinite intelligence of the universe. Speak your declarations boldly. I am the master of my fate. The law obeys my word. Abundance flows freely through me. Let these affirmations settle deep into your consciousness, reinforcing your sovereignty and dissolving any remnants of doubt or hesitation. As you claim this throne, you command the unseen forces to align with your purpose, clearing pathways and manifesting your good with effortless grace. This is the heart of the 5%, those who rise above limitation to rule in the fullness of their divine power and receive the riches of the kingdom without struggle or delay. As you stand upon the precipice of full manifestation, it is vital to revisit and reinforce the sacred truths that have carried you thus far, weaving them into a tapestry of unshakable faith and radiant expectancy. This recall serves not only as a reminder, but as a powerful reinforcement, a spiritual anchor that steadies your heart and mind amidst the shifting tides of doubt and distraction. Return now to the potent metaphors and declarations that have illuminated your path. The hidden treasure waiting to be uncovered, the flowing water that moves effortlessly around obstacles, the ripe fruit hanging heavy upon the branch, and the majestic throne from which you rule your abundant kingdom. These images are not distant abstractions, but living realities that pulse within your spirit, ready to be awakened and made manifest. Feel your heart swell with renewed vigor as you recall the law of non-resistance, the power of expectancy, and the authority you claim as co-creator with the divine. Let these truths permeate every cell of your being, flooding your consciousness with light and dissolving any lingering shadows of fear or limitation. Speak aloud with conviction the affirmations that have become your spiritual armor. I am aligned with divine law. I flow with the currents of abundance. My faith is unwavering, and my good is assured. This sacred recall is a potent act of declaration, a summoning of the highest energies that support your manifestation journey. Allow this emotional lift to carry you forward, buoying your spirit and igniting the fire of your faith. As you prepare to speak your sacred 4 words and seal your abundance, know that this moment is the crescendo of your spiritual symphony, the point where all elements converge in harmonious power. With faith reinforced and expectancy alive, you stand ready to command the law and receive your riches. The gates of abundance swing wide open, and your victory awaits. The time has come, beloved, to step beyond the whispers of doubt and the shadows of limitation, to cast off the old identity of scarcity and lack, and to boldly declare your abundance now. This is not a timid suggestion, but a clarion call, a sacred challenge to rise into the fullness of your divine inheritance and to speak your truth with the fierce authority of one who knows their word is law. To declare your abundance is to proclaim to the universe that you claim your rightful place among the blessed, that you are no longer willing to settle for less, and that you stand firm in the certainty of your prosperous destiny. Feel the power of these words coursing through your veins. I am abundant. I am prosperous. I am worthy of limitless blessings. Speak them aloud with conviction, letting your voice carry the weight of sovereign faith. This declaration shakes the foundations of your inner world and sends a clear signal to the law, a signal that you are ready, willing, and deserving of all good. When you claim your abundance in this way, you align your vibration with the infinite source, opening channels that had been closed and inviting the flow of riches to surge forth effortlessly. This moment is a turning point, a sacred rite of passage from limitation to liberation, from waiting to receiving. Do not hesitate, do not falter. Stand tall in the power of your spoken word, and let your declaration ring out like a trumpet blast that heralds your victory. You are no longer a passive observer, but an active creator, commanding your world with the authority granted by divine law. As you speak your abundance now, feel the chains of lack fall away and the floodgates of blessing open wide to envelop your life in a cascade of prosperity and joy. To fortify your bold declaration of abundance, it is vital to ground your authority in the sacred promises of Scripture, the eternal words that echo through time and space, affirming your rightful dominion over all that you desire. The Scripture reminds us, "Ask, and it shall be given you. Seek, and ye shall find. Knock, and it shall be opened unto you." These divine assurances are not mere platitudes, but immutable laws that govern the universe, binding the hand of fate to the will of the faithful. As you anchor your declarations in these promises, you stand on the solid rock of divine authority, backed by the infinite power of God's word. Let these sacred words resonate within your spirit as a source of unwavering confidence and relentless persistence. The law does not tire, does not falter, and does not fail. It moves according to the vibration you emit and the faith you embody. When you ask boldly, seek with earnestness, and knock with persistence, the doors of opportunity swing wide open and the channels of abundance flow without obstruction. Your role is to continue this holy pursuit with joyful expectancy, knowing that the promises are yours to claim and that the divine order is at work, orchestrating every detail in perfect harmony. Speak these promises aloud and let them ignite your faith. I ask and receive. I seek and find. I knock and the door opens to me. Let them be the drumbeat that sustains your journey, the light that guides you through uncertainty, and the banner under which you march toward your abundant destiny. As you align your declarations with Scripture, you claim not only wealth but divine favor, protection, and guidance. You become a living testament to the power of persistent faith and the law's unyielding response to your word. The time draws near, the crescendo of your spiritual symphony swells, and the sacred four words, the keystone of your abundance, prepare to pass from revelation into declaration. This is the pivotal moment where all preparation, all faith, and all alignment converge in a powerful surge of expectancy and command. Feel the energy building within you, a rising tide of certainty that carries you toward the threshold of transformation. The law stands ready, the universe listens, and the unseen hosts await your spoken word to begin the magnificent work of manifestation. As you breathe deeply, let every cell of your being vibrate with the joyful anticipation of what is to come. The journey you have walked, the clearing of resistance, the tuning of your spirit, the cultivation of expectancy, and the claiming of your spiritual authority has brought you to this glorious brink. Now you stand as a radiant beacon of faith, prepared to speak your sacred words with the full force of divine power. This is your moment of activation, the sacred sealing of your covenant with the law of abundance. Hold this sacred space with reverence and joy, for when you finally speak these four words, you will ignite a chain reaction of blessings that will ripple through your life and beyond. The promise of transformation is not a distant hope, but an immediate reality, waiting only for your declaration to release its fullness. Prepare yourself now to claim your birthright, to step boldly into the circle of the 5%, and to live in the unstoppable flow of divine abundance. Your fortune awaits ready, willing, and abundant, and the law moves swiftly to honor your word. As you stand on the cusp of your manifestation, poised to release your sacred 4 words into the universe, immerse yourself fully in this powerful affirmation sequence, a rapid-fire cascade of divine declarations that will elevate your spirit, fortify your faith, and align your entire being with the inexhaustible flow of abundance. These affirmations are more than words. They are living truths that pulse with the vibration of the eternal, igniting the fires of manifestation and drawing your good swiftly and surely into form. Let each phrase resonate deeply within you, awakening the dormant forces of creation that lie waiting to fulfill your desires. Declare boldly, "I am open and ready to receive." Feel the doors of possibility swinging wide before you, as every cell in your body vibrates with the energy of readiness and expectancy. This affirmation sets the stage for the blessings to flow, signaling to the universe that you are prepared to embrace the riches that are your divine right. Next, proclaim with unwavering certainty, "Abundance flows freely to me now." Visualize the endless rivers of prosperity cascading through your life, washing away all lack and filling every corner with the radiant light of plenty. Let this declaration flood your consciousness with the joyful assurance that your good is already manifesting. Continue with the sacred truth, "I live in perfect alignment with divine will." Recognize that your desires are not separate from the grand design, but harmoniously intertwined with the infinite intelligence that governs all. This alignment is the key to effortless manifestation, the secret of the 5% who walk in flow rather than fight the tide. Finally, affirm with joyful gratitude, "My life overflows with blessings." Feel the richness of this reality as a living presence within you, a wellspring of joy and fulfillment that nourishes your soul and transforms your world. Let these affirmations become the anthem of your days, the drumbeat of your spirit, and the beacon that guides your manifestation journey. As you prepare to speak your sacred 4 words, know that this sequence has primed your entire being, body, mind, and spirit to receive the fullness of your divine abundance and to live as a radiant example of the law's unerring power. Now, beloved soul, the moment you have prepared for, the sacred technique known to only 5%, is revealed. This technique, whispered through the ages by Florence Scovel Shinn, is not a mere phrase but a divine formula that aligns your consciousness with the infinite wellspring of abundance. The technique is this: "I let abundance flow through me." These 4 words carry a vibration so pure, so potent, that when spoken with unwavering faith and heartfelt expectancy, they become a sacred decree that opens channels, clears blockages, and calls forth blessings from the unseen realms. Understand that this technique is not magic but the law of surrender, flow, and divine alignment. "I let abundance flow through me" is a statement of non-resistance, an invitation to release all struggle, all grasping, and to open yourself fully to receive the riches ordained for your life. It declares that you are not fighting the current but moving with it, that you are a clear channel through which the endless supply of the universe pours freely and without hindrance. When you claim this truth, you dissolve the barriers of fear, doubt, and resistance, creating a sacred space for miracles to manifest. I invite you now to speak these words aloud, slowly, and with full presence. "I let abundance flow through me." Feel their power as they ripple through your entire being, awakening every cell to the reality of limitless supply. Then, type this exact phrase in the comments below, not as a simple comment, but as a sacred contract with the divine law, a public proclamation that you accept and embody this technique. By doing so, you align your word with universal law, enlisting the forces of grace and providence to work on your behalf. Your fortune is already moving toward you. The law is faithful, and your abundance is assured. Having embraced the sacred technique and declared it aloud, the next vital step is your solemn commitment to practice, a daily ritual of alignment that keeps your heart and mind attuned to the flowing current of divine abundance. This commitment is more than routine. It is a sacred covenant with yourself and the universe, a continuous reaffirmation that you are open, willing, and ready to receive all the blessings that the law has prepared for you. Just as a farmer tends the soil to nurture his crops, so must you nurture your faith and focus, tending to your inner garden with patience, devotion, and joyful expectancy. Make it a daily practice to speak the words, "I let abundance flow through me," with full presence, allowing them to echo through your consciousness morning, noon, and night. Pair these words with vivid visualization. See your life filled with prosperity, hear the sounds of joyful celebration, feel the lightness of financial freedom and emotional peace. This ongoing practice fuels the momentum of your manifestation, reinforcing your alignment and strengthening the channels through which blessings flow. Your steadfastness invites the invisible forces to respond rapidly, orchestrating circumstances and opportunities that bring your desires to fruition. I invite you also to return tomorrow and each day after, to witness the unfolding of miracles in your life and to share your experiences as a testament to the power of this technique. Remember, this is but the beginning. Soon, you will receive further teachings to multiply your fortune and deepen your mastery. Your commitment today is the bridge from desire to fulfillment, the sacred path that leads you into the 5% who live in effortless abundance. Walk it with joy, faith, and unwavering resolve, and watch as the law moves with perfect harmony to honor your sacred word. As we draw this sacred session to its close, let your spirit rise in a final, resounding affirmation, a poetic declaration that seals your covenant with the law and sets your manifestation into irrevocable motion. Speak these words with all the power and joy within you. I am open, I am ready, I am receiving. Abundance flows through me now, and my life is a testament to divine prosperity. Feel the vibrant energy surge through your being as you claim your rightful place among the 5%, those who walk in effortless alignment with divine law and live lives overflowing with blessings. Let this affirmation be a clarion call that reverberates through every chamber of your soul and echoes into the unseen realms, summoning the angels of provision, the channels of grace, and the eternal forces of creation to bring forth your desires swiftly and surely. You have spoken your sacred words, you have made your commitment. Now watch as the law obeys your command and your fortune unfolds in perfect divine order. This is not a moment of waiting, but a moment of witnessing, a moment to open your heart wide and receive the overflowing blessings that are already on their way. And so, dear one, go forth with confidence, joy, and the unshakable certainty that your sacred word is your wand, that the law is your faithful servant, and that your abundance is assured. Return to this teaching often, share your victories, and prepare for the next step on your journey where multiplication and expansion await. You have spoken now, watch the law obey.